I don't make resolutions. But I want to take a little bit of the trepidation out of that for you and give you a couple of tips for what I do when I'm thinking about that. Hello, everyone. Esther L. Jones here, artist, ceramicist, and music teacher. So I thought I would switch this vlog, the order of things up, and I'm doing it over on my blog too. I thought it might be fun to put the juicy content first, and then put the announcements and the studio diary, the this week in the studio stuff, maybe towards the end. So let's go ahead and begin because we're coming to that time of the year that we start thinking about 2023. I know, right? It's like 2022 went pew, and it's gone, and now I've got to think about 2023. But I want to take a little bit of the trepidation out of that for you and give you a couple of tips for what I do when I'm thinking about that. I do often just feel like I need to, note down and brainstorm and stuff about my trajectory for the year. What if I make resolutions? What happens is then I fall through on them, and then I kick myself and feel a lot of shame about myself because I don't keep them. So I don't make them. That way I don't have to keep them. But I do often feel like I have a direction for the year. And sometimes it needs to be kind of detailed out, worked out on paper. So I call my book that I do that in, I call it my big book. And all it is just a sketchbook, a pretty one that one of my daughters gave to me one time for some gift giving occasion. And you can see it's well loved. And to be honest, there's a lot of blank pages in it. But in the front, still a lot of random stuff. About the same time that I got this, I also read the book, The Artist's Way. And in that, there are some affirmations that really inspired me. So one of the things in this book is a set of those affirmations kind of tweaked to make them personal to me. And sometime we're going to do a blog post and a vlog post about that too. But the rest that's in here, besides just little scribbles and a few actual sketches, is my yearly kind of trajectory making. So how I avoid doing resolutions is I get my big book, and there are some questions that I answer, and I answer them in writing. And I've been doing this for 4 or 5 years. And I want to go through these questions and suggest them to you, things that you could do instead of resolutions. So the first question that I answer whenever I start thinking about it is, imagine that there are no limits. What would I want for 2023? Now this covers the gamut. We're not just talking about money. We're not talking about awards. We're not talking about successes, but we're talking about professional development. We're talking about spiritual goals. We're talking about physical goals. What do I need to do, physically? There's an awfully lot of things. It's a big, wide question, so you can just brainstorm a list of things. And then the next question that I answer in my book is, let me get to it over here. is what gets in the way and what do I need to say no to? Those are companion questions that are kind of things that I need to just think through. What maybe I'm overcommitted, or maybe there are bad habits. Maybe there are things in my life that just need to go. They're holding me back or whatever. The third question is what area of development would make the biggest impact in 2023? How can I improve that area? So sometimes you need to know, what is the one thing? What is the one thing that is the focus? What is it that's going to make the biggest difference for you? And the last question that kind of sums everything up after you've thought about it is, imagine it's the end of whatever year you're talking about. This will be 2023, right? What looks different for you now? So there are things that are going to look different if you kind of head in this trajectory. I like to use the trajectory. It doesn't seem so threatening as, what are your goals? Well, I don't that my goals could change in the middle of the year, but what's my trajectory? Where am I headed here? Anyway, I wanted to share that with you. And I hope those questions are some that you can adopt or adapt for yourself and avoid the whole rigmarole with the resolutions. Maybe you're a real disciplined person and you've actually done stuff where you've kept resolutions. For me, it's not a healthy way to think. So I'm going to go with my trajectory. And as far as this week in the studio, I have just had a lot of fun. All the commissions are done. All the commissions are sent off. And I am going to play for a while. Play is so important for artists. So I did a painting, and I'll put the picture right over here. It's just a play painting. It's not for sale, nor will it ever be. It's just for fun. And then I had a cool idea for transfer process for underglaze onto clay, and I tried it out and it turned out really good. And I'll put the photo over here too. This is an unfired piece. It's greenware with underglaze. I can't wait to fire it and then put glaze around the decorated area. So that's what I did in the studio this week, and I'm having a lot of fun. I did some mugs with that same idea, but with a different application method, and I can't wait to finish them and see how they come out, because they feature a hippo. As you can see, the first one that I tried was a cow. And I have a little treat for you at the end of the video. I actually videoed myself making that transfer onto the clay. So that'll be kind of fun for you. And I'll stick that here on the end. And in the meantime, you know what to do. I am hoping for you that you will join me and we together can look for the music, listen for the colors, reach for the magic, and discover the wonder and worship in our hearts. Godspeed. See you next week. Bye. Okay, second attempt. I got impatient on the first attempt. Here is the transfer. I'm going to show to you from the opposite side. This is more what it'll look like. You have to make the transfers backwards. All right. And we're going to put it like that. And then we're going to take my sponge and make it very, 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 very wet.